What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode today of the My Player Career Mode. We are into the World Cup, guys. It is Russia 2018, and as you can see there, it is going to be Australia for the first game in the group stage for England. You saw the group stage last episode, so you guys will know who is in the group stage. Of course, you've got Australia, Chile, and the other one, I think, is Finland. So, Ben was actually picked for the starting game of this World Cup group stage. And actually, more interestingly, Dele Alli started up front for England. It was Dele Alli with Wood just in behind him. So, that was fairly surprising. I think if Harry Kane had been fully fit, Wood probably wouldn't have started this one here against Australia. Harry Kane, of course, did pick up like a 6-week injury just before the World Cup has started. So I kind of don't think that if he'd have been fit, Ben would have started. So it is, you make your own luck, I guess. Now he's got the chance to showcase his ability here. It is going to be Dele Alli starting up top with Ben just in behind him. So hopefully they'll work well together as a partnership for England. Apologies as well for a shorter episode today, but of course I don't want to spoil too much of the World Cup. So we're only going to be playing the group stage in today's episode. And if we can get through the group stage, then depending on if I'm picked or not, I will then end the episode off there. So, of course, guys, you can see that is the team that England have. It's a strong one, but there is a fair few, young players in that team. It's a very, I want to say, inexperienced England side, So, hopefully, that can work in our favour. And Ben started off brilliantly. Him and Dele Alli linking up for the first chance of the game, 4 minutes into it. And, pretty much, that was the best start that Ben could have asked for in his England career here. Now, remember, he's already played twice in an England shirt. He played against South Africa and against Brazil. He ended up scoring in both of those games, but they were only friendlies. However, his first proper debut for England in the World Cup, he has just scored inside the first 4 minutes. You have to give major credit, though, to Dele Alli. Good work from him, holding up the play and then feeding it through to Ben, who had the capability and the composure to just simply put it past the goalkeeper on that left foot of his. And you have to admit as well, that caught us by complete surprise. I don't think Australia were expecting that quick a start either. So Ben already breaks his mark here in this World Cup competition. 1 goal already. It's only taken 4 minutes to get it. What a start for England this is. 24 minutes in now, you can see Ben involved in this play here as well. Gets the ball through eventually to the man on the right-hand side here. I think it's Raheem Sterling in the end. He does quite well to cut the ball back towards the middle where Dele Alli is, and he is repaid for his earlier heroics by scoring a goal himself. So Ali already, inside 26 minutes, has got a goal and an assist in England's first game in the group stage of the World Cup. How sensational is this? You just weren't expecting us to have such a flying start to this campaign. I wasn't expecting to see Dele Alli starting up top, to be honest, with Wood in behind him. I was expecting the likes of Antonio or maybe, Jamie Vardy to start up there. However, Southgate put his trust in Dele Alli as a striker, and it seems to be working out in this first game. I mean, you have to say, no disrespect to Australia, of course, but in terms of the teams that you are looking at thinking that they're going to go far in the competition, you would be not really saying Australia are probably going to go on to win this. However, it could happen. They do have a decent squad. They've got Aaron Moy, of course, in the midfield. They've obviously got a few other players. Ryan in between the sticks is a very capable goalkeeper as well. So they have a side that can cause problems if you don't play well against them. And that's something that you have to consider here. And England at this stage, 2-0 up. You'd like to think they could see the game out now. But credit to Australia, because they didn't sit back. They wanted to get themselves back in this one and did force Butland into a save there. Otherwise, that would have been 2-1, and Australia would have been back in the game. And 38 minutes in now, Wood picks it up in the centre of the park, gives it off to Dele Alli. Alli to Rashford, feeds it back to Wood. You're thinking, surely going to be 3. This time, though, Wood couldn't get his effort right, and he hit it towards Matthew Ryan, who made a very decent stop there to deny England grabbing a third and a second for Ben himself, which would have been a great way to introduce yourself in a World Cup, wouldn't it? However, stroke of half-time, guys. Nice 1-2. Dele Alli and Marcus Rashford between them. Get the ball back through to Marcus, and he slots home to make the score 3-0 to England. So it was going to be one of them days for Australia. They just simply couldn't handle the pace of this England side. When you've got Rashford and Sterling running on the wings, Wood's a very capable runner on the ball as well, and then you've got Dele Alli, who's just technically very, very good. It was always going to be tough. It was always going to be tough for Australia to keep us out. And the problem was as well, they played a 3 at the back. Now, if you're playing a 3 at the back, you have to make it work. And the problem here they had was Rashford and Sterling were constantly up and down those wings. They didn't sit back. They were constantly making the runs for the to be found by Wood and Ali. And when you've got two players in the centre of the park who are not necessarily, goal scorers or natural finishers, they're always going to look to lay the ball out wide. And that's what Ali and Wood were doing. And that's why Rashford got on the score sheet there. But 67 minutes in now, Jamie Vardy, another inject of pace comes on for Dele Alli. Good work between Chamberlain and Wood himself. Gets the ball eventually to Jamie Vardy, who slots home to make the score 4-0. Admittedly, it looked as if Wood probably didn't mean to play it through to Jamie Vardy, but that was honestly one of Vardy's first touches since coming on, and he used it to score the goal as well. Chamberlain on the pitch as well. You don't really think of Chamberlain the way he's playing in real life right now that he would really be getting in this England team. However, he is in it, and he does get a kind of, I'd say, an assist to an assist, if you will. So, Vardy off the bench, scores, makes the score 4-0, and that is the greatest start England could have asked for in this World Cup group stage. Momentum and confidence-wise, that just gives everybody a massive, massive boost. So, Wood gets a goal and an assist, and I've just completely said his name, which is weird because it's my name and I said it wrong. Anyways, a goal and assist for Wood, and a goal and assist for Dele Alli as well. Actually, I think Ali gets 2 assists on the day. Yeah, 2 assists and a goal. He got the assist for Rashford. So you can see the players embracing each other, and maybe Australia now have a massive uphill to try and get themselves out of this group stage. But for England, great start. What you wanted to see something like that. Player ratings-wise, Wood missing out on man of the match by 0.2. Dele Alli getting it, which is understandable. As I said, 2 goals and an assist. 2 assists and a goal, you would be expecting that he probably would pick up the man of the match from that one. But nevertheless, great start for Wood, great start for England. Hopefully, that means that Southgate now has a real tough job in his hands picking the rest of the team for the rest of this World Cup now. So, after that, Wood took to Twitter the one and only time he's going to do it during this competition because he needs to remain focused, saying, what a feeling, 1 goal, 1 assist and a 4-0 win. Incredible performance from the boys. 1 down, 2 more to go to get through the group, and then the 3 Lions in there as well. So, as he says, 1 game down, 2 more to go to get through the group. Remember, guys, they won't necessarily have to win every single game in order to get out of this group stage. But starting that one there with a 4-0 win has certainly helped their case. Now, he wasn't picked for the second one against Chile, guys, which is understandable. This happens a fair few times when you're in the World Cup. If you don't know, you normally play a game and then miss one. That's kind of the way it works in this. I don't actually know if it's going to work that full way. But the game against Chile, anyway, was simmed, and Barkley came off the bench to score, and then they equalised. So, a 1-1 draw there puts England on 4 points now for the group, meaning that I do believe they're taking on Finland now, the last game of the group stage, and Finland are on 3 points. Currently, it's Chile, England on 4, Finland on 3, and unfortunately Australia on 0. So it's in England's hands now to get out of this group. Avoid defeat, and they're through. Get a draw or a victory, they go through the group. That's as simple as it stands. And Wood again was finally picked for this one against Finland. As I said, he went in Southgate with exactly the same situation as he did in Game 1. He chose to have Ali up front and Wood just in behind Dele Alli with Rashford and Sterling on the wings. Now, this was quite a bold kind of decision. I wasn't expecting to see Southgate pull anything like this out. When I'd seen the team be named, part of me was thinking, you guys know that there was a little bit of time where Liverpool, of course, didn't play with an out-and-out striker. They had like a midfield 5 and then let Coutinho and Firmino just kind of roam. For a time, Spain did exactly the same thing as well. They didn't have like a top striker, so they used to play an extra midfielder in there and then just let people roam. That was kind of what I was expecting maybe Southgate was going to do. When I saw the injury to Harry Kane, I was thinking, is he going to start Rashford up front, or is he just going to put the likes of Ali and then someone in behind him, for example, Wood? Now, of course, having seen it, I wasn't expecting it to happen the same way it did. I was expecting maybe Rashford to be up front and then possibly Ali out on the left, that kind of way it could have been. But instead, he chose to go with Ali again up front and Wood in behind him. So the likes of Vardy missing out was on the bench. Antonio, I think, is in the side as well. They don't get in because it's Dele Alli and Wood who are going to be playing as kind of, the two that will be just, I guess, swapping positions with each other constantly. So it is exactly the same formation and team as in Game 1, and we did get a 4-0 win in that one. So let's see if we can defeat Finland here and move through to the next round of this World Cup. And you can see the first chance, 7 minutes in. Ben with it, he couldn't quite squeeze that one into the top corner. In the end, it was actually a pretty bad finish from Ben. Having looked at it from this angle here, guys, he actually wasn't as close as I first thought he was to finding that top corner. So it was good work to get him the chance. He just needs to work on his shooting to finish it. Now, 72 minutes in, guys, Finland started to get into the game. And, of course, they had to win it to go through the group. So they were starting to really put pressure on us at the back. And they had that chance there. But he ended up putting it wide of the post. And 82 minutes in, Wood decides to make his run towards the I guess, Finland goal. Maybe that ball should have been squared towards him, but truthfully, I wasn't going to call for it. I wanted to see if we could finish it without needing Ben's aid there. 3 minutes from time, he picks it up on the left, cuts inside of 3 players, gets them completely out of the game. Space opens up for him. He absolutely levers one goalwards, but the keeper is equal to it and beats it away. But thankfully, the England do get a 0-0 draw. So not the best performance to end the group stage off, but nevertheless, they are through the group stage, and that's the thing you need to understand. So, although they drew 2 of their 3 games, only winning the first one quite convincingly as well against Australia, they do come away, as I say, with a 0-0 draw, meaning they move through to the next round of the World Cup. So because of that, guys, I decided to sim ahead and see if I was picked for the next game or the first game of the group of the knockout rounds, and we are actually not. So we will be simming it in this episode, and then I'll be coming back for the next episode, of course, regardless of the result, when we'll be playing again, because if we lose the sim, we'll be just playing in Wolves colours. If we win it, we'll be through to the next round, and hopefully we'll be picked for one of those games if we do get through. So that's how the draw looked after that, and we went into the knockout rounds. We pulled Argentina. There was actually Greece against Italy, Switzerland taking on South Africa, a couple of other interesting games in there, but mostly it was the expected nations going through. So we ended up having to sim the game against Argentina, guys, because of the fact that I wasn't picked, or one wood wasn't picked. And you can see the team, Sturridge starts up top, Dele Alli in behind him, so kind of Ali taking the wood role and Sturridge starting up top, no Vardy actually, or Welbeck for that matter, but Rashford is the man to give us the lead in this one. 30 minutes in from the spot, the youngster steps up and slots home to make the score 1-0, and after that it was a situation where they needed Messi or Aguero to step up, even Dybala and Di Maria in the side for Argentina, a lot of superstars in there, however, they couldn't find it. They were knocked out of the World Cup by England, which means we do move on into the quarterfinals of the World Cup, which will be taking on Germany. Now, I had to look at it, guys. You can see there, that's the team we're playing against, and we are actually picked for it. So that will be for the next episode, guys. As I said, I don't want to do the entirety of the World Cup in just one episode. So that's why it's a bit short today as well. So that's how the other games look, guys. We've got Germany. It'll be coming to you live next episode. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well. I'll see you all for the episode probably tomorrow. If not, definitely the day after that, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, a like would be greatly appreciated. And as always, I'll catch you all at 6 p.m. UK time tonight, guys. See you all then. Adios.